So a British man whose penis fell off
Nice.
due to a severe blood infection had a new one built
Big one?
on his arm
I saw that.
where he even got an extra 2 inches.
Nice.
Now, here was the scary part. He suffered a horrific infection in his perineum. That's asshole, right?
Perineum?
Perineum.
I don't know.
Because remember a few months ago when all those white people were sunning their perineum, which is like they were like...
Oh, they were like tanning their asshole?
Yeah. He had an infection in his perineum that turned... By the way, is that a new word? I never heard perineum before this year. I feel like they made it up so they could just have something that was a little more...
Oh, no. The perineum it's your gooch.
Oh.
It's the space between your scrotum and your asshole.
How does that get infected?
I don't know. I mean,
Well, anyway,
there's tissue there.
It turned his fingers, toes, and manhood black.
He's got a black dick now.
That's right.
Oh, God. You must love life.
He said, when I saw my penis go black, I was beside myself.
I got to cut this thing off. It's fucking
If I
racist.
saw my penis go black, I'd be thrilled. He says, it was like a horror film. I was in a complete panic. I knew deep down it was gone and I was going to lose it. He was completely gutted when his penis just dropped off onto the floor in 2014.
Oh, man.
That was when Bobby Shmurda got locked up, right?
Bitch got a body about a week ago.
But his testicles remained intact.
Got a body about a week ago.
He says, because I had been through the devastation of knowing I was going to lose it, I just picked it up and put it in the bin. He just picked his penis up that he had his whole life and threw it in a trash can.
Had a good run.
Yeah, but wouldn't you give it some kind of special send-off?
Yeah, you got to...
Light a
What are you
candle?
going to... It's like you pour ashes over the ocean, you throw your dick in the ocean.
Yeah.
And just watch a fucking shark come and eat.
Yeah. Bury it? I don't know.
I don't know, man. What would you do if your dick just fell off?
If it got to the point where I had a horrible perineum infection and everything turned black, I would think that I was dying and probably would somehow will myself to die.
Yeah, you probably just kill yourself at that point.
Yeah, because it's like the emotional trauma of trying to get over that is not worth it.
Yeah.
His testicles remained intact, though.
Interesting.
And,
so he lost his dick, but still has his balls.
Yeah.
Huh.
And it seems like he still has his fingers because his fingers turned black, too. But the penis was lost. Maybe because it's softer or something like that.
I don't know.
I don't know. He says they went to the hospital and they said the best they could do for me was to roll the remaining stump up like a little sausage roll. It was heartbreaking.
That's fantastic.
He said he became a recluse and began drinking heavily.
Sounds about right.
It makes me feel bad. You know, I've been a recluse, heavy drinking recluse with a penis this whole time. For 2 years, I felt like a shadow of a man. I had no self-confidence. I drank too much. But then he found out from his doctor about the so-called penis master, Professor David Ralph of London's University College Hospital. This guy apparently had created a bionic penis for another guy. You want to talk about subconsciously blocking out the terror of the world. There's multiple people out there with horrific penis accidents, so much so that there's a penis master who goes out there and creates bionic penises.
Does he do penis enlargements too? Because that would make
Will
sense.
you
Why?
acknowledge these men?
Sure.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. You got to block that out.
I don't think you need to like
live.
live in it and consume it, but like acknowledging it is one thing. You're acknowledging it right now by talking about it.
I'm trying to warn people.
Bitch got a body.
Keep your perineum clean. Anyway, so this guy, they built a penis on his arm, and it grew on his arm. They were nice enough to give him 2 extra inches.
Nice.
It doesn't say how big he was before, but how much do you think it cost?
$100,000. I don't know. Fake tits are pretty expensive and they're very common, so I imagine a fake dick is going to be rather pricey.
You're in luck. It was $65,000.
Wow.
That's right.
It's pretty close. It's pretty close.
But the bad part was,
What's the bad
I'm not going to get into the details of how they did skin grafts and all that shit to build it, but he says, when I saw it on my arm for the first time, I was so proud. But the bad part was the new penis is still on his arm. It's been there for 4 years.
He just got a dick hanging.
He's got a dick on his arm.
Does he wear arm pants? Like,
he wears like, long sleeve shirts, but he's photographed with his sleeves rolled up, which, what's he supposed to do on a hot summer day?
does he get erect?
I don't think it gets erect yet.
This is just a limp dick on his arms all day.
Yeah.
Like, that's the weirdest thing.
He says, here he says he wears long sleeve shirts to hide his bulge, but people have sometimes spotted the misplaced member.
Is this a real story?
Yeah. He says, people ask me about it when they see me in the pub, and of course people make jokes, but I get it. It's not every day you see a man with a penis on his arm. Of course I see the funny side.
Bitch caught a body about a week ago.
But yeah, it's still there after 4 years due to a series of missed appointments, which you would think this would be priority number one in your life.
He sucks it.
How are you? That's true.
He doesn't want to get rid of it. He sucks it.
Yeah, because once it's on your groin, you can't suck it anymore.
He sucks his own dick.
I don't know if he feels it yet, though. Missed appointments, scheduling problems, staff shortages at the hospital, and finally the coronavirus pandemic. Another victim. Feels like I'm cursed sometimes. God, imagine the horror of losing your penis turns black and drops off. Then you're without one for a couple of years. Then you get one. They do the painful surgery and they put it on your arm and you're like, okay, it'll be on my arm for 6 weeks or whatever. I'll just lay low. It's been 4 years. 4 summers. I mean, can you go to the beach like that, or is that indecent exposure?
Yeah.
Imagine how scary that would be to a kid. Some guy comes out of the water. He goes out of the water with a fucking good-sized dick on his arm. My God. What else did you want to talk about, Mel? I got a couple other things, but
I think we're done here.
you think we're done?
It's been an hour and a half. It's a lot of time.
All right, there's some other stuff. There's a couple of racist things I wanted to get to, but we'll save it.
We can talk about it.
I'm always out there monitoring racism.
You're trying to just, figure how you can toe the line.
First of all, I saw someone on Call of Duty. Their name was N-word Scissorhands.
That's pretty funny.
Is that racist?
ER?
No, it's just N-word.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, black guy.
All right. I'll keep that name then. That's the joke. It's not my name. All right, real quick. There's a family in Denver, black family. They got detained and handcuffed along with several children, and they were laid out on the ground after police mistook their SUV for a stolen motorcycle from another state.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
I did, of course.
They fucking...
I'm aware.
They were so careless.
The video is horrific, by the way.
I couldn't even watch the video. They didn't even check to see that they didn't check the vehicle description. They just looked at the plate and they saw, a black family in there, of course.
Yep.
Pull them out, put them on the ground.
Children, an infant.
And it's like, it's not like, this is just a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
No, how many times has this happened and someone winds up dead or shot?
Exactly.
And not to mention...
Just hearing the sound of that little girl crying is just...
Yeah.
Because she's scared. She's like, oh man, is this it? Is this where I die? And she's fucking 4 years old and just has the know-how to understand that this might be
especially
her moment.
This year with everything that's happened and it's constantly in the news and it's constantly being brought back to our attention by the NBA, which is back in season. And
you bring up the NBA. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's okay. We've covered the NBA so many times.
No, I know. I just wanted to highlight how much their ratings have dipped. So a lot of what they're doing is falling on deaf ears. But anyway.
That's sad. People shouldn't be protesting the NBA or boycotting.
That's fine.
But that's okay. But yeah, it's just terrible. And to the cops out in Denver, get it together. How is every police department not on high alert?
Because the qualified immunity, that's why.
To make sure that their people don't mess up like this.
I just told you.
It can't be just qualified
It
immunity.
is. They know that they can do whatever the fuck they want and get away with it.
But here's the thing.
What's the
This
thing?
year, there are cops getting charged. So you would think, as an individual officer, I'm not talking about their system, but as an individual officer, you might think, I don't want to be the next cop, ending up on the news, and likely going to jail for.
They get charged and
for
the
doing
charges
something.
get dropped. Then that's it. Like it's.
Well, that better not happen with Derek Chauvin and the Minneapolis crew, or with. God damn, there's so many.
Yeah,
things
you hear that?
happening this
You
year.
say that again. Oh, God, there's so many. Yeah, there's so many. And these are just the ones that we know
In
about.
Atlanta. And don't forget about Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia.
Yeah, those aren't cops, though. It's still bad, but they're not cops.
Yeah.
I love your sort of attempt at, the culture, dude. I love you guys.
See, if I had
Fuck
said
off.
the culture, then you would have a point. But I'm coming
Yeah.
at it from my perspective.
Don't forget about Ahmaud Arbery. He wasn't killed by cops. We're talking about cops here.
Well, an ex-cop.
Yeah.
The dad was a cop, wasn't he?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't qualify for qualified immunity. But that's to your point. That's why they keep doing this shit, is because they know that there's no real consequences. Oh, you might get suspended with pay. You might, worst case, get fired and you get a severance package. You may get charges and then we'll drop them eventually. But there's no real consequences for this. They can do whatever the fuck they want. And your boy Biden doesn't think that we're ready to end that yet. And that's the problem.
I'm going to do some research on that finally.
Do it, man.
Maybe I'll write him a letter.
I implore you.
I'll say,
Hit him up.
Joe.
I'm sure he doesn't know how to read anymore, but
I'll send him the voice note.
you think he knows how to use an iPhone?
Where am I?
Did you vote for me? Are you black?
You couldn't have voted for me. Well, I guess that'll do it. We got some other topics, but we'll get to them next time.
You sure, man?
Yeah.
You sure?
My voice hurts.